I've spoken to a friend some time ago, and she said to me that she doesn't like scary movies. And I said to her, why? And she said, because I don't like the suspense. I don't like that feeling of, something might jump out of the closet or something might just come around the corner. I was watching this movie. This was a while ago. It's called The Others. I don't know if you've ever heard about the movie The Others. And there was a scene in the movie, and I think these scenes are in a lot of scary movies, where all the lights suddenly goes off. And then the person takes out a lamp. In the movie, it was a lamp, or they will take out a candle or a flashlight or something, and they want to see what kind of ghost is around the corner, and then it has the scare effect if you put the light on it. Now, that is a lot of times like our personalities. There are some things that we are keeping in the dark, and as soon as we just put a little bit of light on it, it scares us. It brings the suspense out. So we think, there's a lot of things in our personality. Carl Jung calls it the dark side of the personality that we just want to hide. We don't want to bring it out, and we don't want to deal with it. So have you ever thought about changing your personality, or maybe some things about your personality? A lot of people think, this is just who I am. This is my personality. My personality is set. I'm not going to change. Or you can think about other people and you think like, I wish you would change, or at least I wish there were certain parts of your personality that will change. Now, your personality shapes your life, and I'm going to say soon in the session what your personality exactly is, but the direction of your life is a lot determined on your personality. So if there are some things in your personality that you would like to change, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to change your personality so that you can change your life. So here's a question. Do you believe you are easy to live with? Are you a person that you believe, I'm not asking what other people's opinions are, but according to you, do you believe you are easy to live with? Here's the answer. You are both. There are sides of you, because all of us are like that. There are sides of you that might be easy to live with. There are sides of you that might be difficult to live with. Have you ever felt like you love yourself and you hate yourself at the same time? Or have you ever felt like you love somebody and hate somebody else at the same time? Now, I know for a lot of people, hate is this extremely strong word, almost like as if you want to aggressively attack the person that you hate, and it's not always the case. Hate is just the absence of love. So there are some things about yourself that you love a lot. There are some things about yourself that you don't love. There are some things about other people that you love. There are some things about other people that you don't love. And that does mean we have these two sides, not two personalities, but two sides of the same personality. There are some things that we love, and there are some things that we don't love, or let me rather say, some things that we want to work on or change. One of the things about me is I can get extremely angry about two things. I get angry about a lot of things, but extremely angry about two things. Number one is when I lose my car keys, because I'm always in a rush somewhere, and I lose my car keys a lot. When I lose it, I get extremely angry. Like I'm raging. I'm not proud to say it, but for the sake of giving you some information out of my personal life, that's one thing. Another thing is traffic. I get extremely angry when I'm stuck in traffic. I'm on my way somewhere and I cannot get there, quick enough. And I just recently heard a study where they said angry people are actually very hopeful people, or people who get angry quickly are people who are very hopeful. And I was wondering why. It doesn't sound right, because if you think about a hopeful person, you don't think about an angry person. And they say no, the reason is because hopeful people are very optimistic, and they have this ideal idea of what something should be. I shouldn't lose my car keys. That's not the ideal. I shouldn't be in traffic. That's not the ideal. I'm optimistic. The ideal is must find my car keys quickly. The ideal is there mustn't be traffic. I must always be on time. That's the ideal. That's the optimistic thinker. And if things don't happen the way that they thought or hoped it should happen, that's when they get angry, and that's when they rage. As soon as I read that study, things started to make sense for me again, and it connects a lot with addiction. There's the Swiss-born author and philosopher Alain de Botton, and he said addicts are doing what they are doing not because of the substance or the addictive behavior, but because they cannot be alone with themselves or their thoughts. So people use the addiction because there's a side about themselves, there's a part of their personality that they don't want to be alone with. So a lot of people try to change their addiction, or they try to control their addiction, but that's not what it's about. It's about changing your personality. It's about starting to love yourself, not just the good sides, but the bad sides as well, and dealing with the bad sides and growing through them. Not just saying, you know, I'm an angry person when I lose my keys or when I'm in traffic, but that's a part of my personality that I want to change. But not lose the hope, not lose the optimism, just know how to deal with it correctly. Now remember earlier I said your personality shapes and forms and determines the direction of your life. So how is a personality formed? Before we're speaking about changing the personality, we want to speak about how the personality is formed. Before I tell you that, I want to encourage you to like, to subscribe, to share this video with people that you do believe it will help, and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you have any other questions. So how is a personality formed? First of all, a personality is formed by how you think. Now, your thoughts is the same thing, it's the first thing that will eventually determine an action. That leads to the second thing. Your personality is how you act, and then your personality is how you feel. So your personality is formed of your thinking, your acting, or your behavior, or your feelings. So when is this formed? In the first 7 years of your life, from the age of 0 to 7, most of your personality is formed, because that is how you learn. That is when you learn how to think. That is when you learn how to act. That is when you learn how to feel. Now, people normally will think the thoughts of their environment, of the people in their environment. They will normally act the way that people around them would act, and their feelings are shaped in the first few years of their lives epigenetically. Epigenetics is how your environment can turn genes on and off, and that determines the expression of your DNA. So a lot of your thoughts, a lot of your actions, a lot of your feelings are shaped by the environment that you grow up in, and that determines your personality. And as soon as your personality is formed, everything about it feels normal. Everything about it feels right. So in life then later, we do not choose what we want. We choose what feels familiar. We choose what is familiar to the part of the personality that has been shaped in the first few years of our lives. And what happens then is the body becomes the subconscious or the unconscious mind. What your personality has been shaped to in the first few years of your life becomes a subconscious or an unconscious belief. It becomes familiar. Another example I can use is, you know, if you had a certain emotion when you were young and your caretakers or people in your environment told you you're not allowed to feel that way, that is wrong, it becomes part of your personality. If you are a person that had like tantrums when you were a kid and the tantrums were allowed, that means it will become part of your personality as you grow up. That's why discipline is so very important. So the importance of personality is the following. Your personality creates your life, meaning the way you think, the way you act, the way you feel will create your life, and it will determine the rest of your life. So if you want to change your life, you have to change your personality, or you have to change the certain areas of your personality to get to where you want to be, or to become the person who you want to become. So even your personality is not just a set thing of I'm going to stay like this for the rest of my life. And that's why we cannot just always say, you know, that's just the way I am, I will never change, or that's just the way he is, he will never change. No, you definitely can change. And you can become the person that you want to become, but you have to change the person who you habitually are. So how do you do that? Definitely you have to realize what are some parts of your personality that you do want to change, that you do want to say, listen, this is not the person that I want to be. And also, who do I really want to be? Who do I want people to view me? Not like to become a people pleaser or something. And if you want to know more about the dangers of popularity or wanting to be popular or being a people pleaser, I have this video on the hollow pursuit of popularity that you guys can go check out. But if you want to change your life, there are some areas of your personality that has to change with it, because your personality will create your life. Now, how do you change your personality? Number one, you have to change your thoughts, because a new thought will lead to a new choice. Now, as you have a new thought, you will have a new choice. You will have new decisions. You will make new decisions. And this will then lead to new actions or new behaviors. So a new thought will new thoughts will lead to new choices. New choices will lead to new actions or new behaviors. and that will lead to new experiences. New experiences will eventually lead to new emotions. And as soon as you get emotionally involved with your new thoughts, your new actions, and your new behaviors, that is an indication that the personality is now starting to change. And if you do that repetitively, if you do that over and over and over, then the new personality, the new you, will become the familiar you, will become the habitual you, meaning that will become the subconscious or the unconscious habitual you. And if you do that enough, it means some areas of your personality has changed, and that will change your life. Well, we hope this video helped you. Thank you so much for watching. From Mind Prosperity, we love you, and we'll see you soon again. Goodbye.